Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to my Bretonnia playthrough where we are at war. Well, we knew that, I don't know why I said that in such a big way, but with the Barrow Legion, and we're in a bit of a tricky situation. We've just... Sorry, I thought we'd confederated them, we haven't. We are waiting to confederate Carcassonne, who are being a pain in the bum. We're trying to confederate Carcassonne. And we are building up slowly. We're getting there, though. Well, that's worth getting long run. Not that we're there yet. I'm trying to work out if I should siege here. To be fair, yes, I should. I'm going to do one more turn with this little trick. If it works, it works. If not, we will go forth. I want one turn. Do they count as large? No. Yes. So I'm just thinking of getting some extra troops in for next turn. It's just working out what they have better leadership. Oh well. We can't afford too much anyway, so one of each. And some peasants. These are basically things to throw at the walls here. First, when we go and siege Bastogne. I'm a little worried about them attacking elsewhere. As I said, we may end up trading some territory, certainly early in this war, just to get better front lines, because our front lines are horrible at the moment. I am bigger than them, that doesn't mean I'm more powerful. And I don't want to become too weak, because I don't trust any of the allies around me, or any of the temporary peace treaties I've just made over the last few turns, so... I don't trust anything. I even don't trust the elves massively, but I'm happy to stay at peace with them for the moment, because I just can't take them on. Now he's going for Bretonnia, which is good, and the fact that Bretonnia is all around them is giving me a lot of support here, because they have to guard against Bretonnia as well as me. Come on, fall for the ambush. I need to get that building. I think I'm already building that. Nope, I didn't fall for it. Oh well, it's time to push then. We're not going to win this war by sitting back and waiting for them to come into our territory. The annoying thing is I'm actually going to have to assault the walls straight away, because I will take attrition in their territory. But if we can take Bastogne, that's a really good start point, and then we can push up to Grisseau, and then work out where next. We're obviously not pushing Blackstone Post too early, because that's their capital. Ideally what we'll do is we'll push up, we'll capture Artois, or the Forest of Arden, so that they've just been pushed into the mountains, and then we'll deal with them in the mountains. Sorry if that was me dropping my wedding ring. Tell me off in the comments. I'm unfortunately a fidget, and I tend to pick up and play with things. So I pull my wedding ring off my finger and play with it, which is really bad of me. Ooh. How much money do I actually make from trade? This is where I wish I could look at things when I was in these. I want the growth, to be fair. Straight up, growth is better for me. You can have a noble steed after the battle, to be fair.
My reputation precedes me.
Yes. Who calls me hence?
So you are going to have to go first. I'm going to do a little bit of retweaking of armies here.
Destroy them.
Very well.
basically I'm going to pull all of the cavalry into one army. Into the second army here. And chuck all of the infantry into the other army. And pull some of the archers out as well so they can come up second to reinforce. So basically we've got a big infantry force to go and hit the walls to start with. You can go forward as well. You're on a horse, so you can be swapped back. That'll do.
Onward!
Come forth.
Basically, my cavalry are faster, so I can bring them in second much more easily. Right, let's do this. I may have been better sieging, but I don't want to sit outside and take attrition. It's a tricky one, basically. If I sat outside and allowed myself to take lots of attrition, it wouldn't necessarily help us much. We're going to batter a few holes through the walls, and then we're going to do a mass cavalry charge. I mean, what we're doing is fairly obvious, because it's pretty much our only real valid tactic here. This is going to be a tough fight, especially as that is Kemmler himself in there. These guys are actually going to hit the walls all along. While we batter holes in over here for the cavalry to go through, we're definitely taking a gamble on the magic. On the music? What am I on about? Peasants can go up first to die horribly.
Ready for orders! Ready for orders! Ready for orders!
We're going to do 2 lines up onto the wall, one after the other.
Man of Bretonnia! Pullman! Infantry! Battle pilgrims!
Ever ready.
Platinum! Up you go! Leg it! Yes! Quick march!
Oh god. You guys can move up. I'm going to start knocking holes through the wall down here, which we should already be doing, shouldn't we? Oh no, you're meant to be shooting the walls, guys.
Ready!
You guys can all just go hit the gates. No, I don't want that one. Oh. Damn it, you're the one on a horse.
Your command!
God damn it.
At once! Orders!
Right, let's pause a second. To start with, I'm just chucking all these guys to a thing and they can all charge here. The lady can actually move over here to throw out, to provide some support for these guys.
Paladin of Bretonnia! Squares! Clear out! Battle ready! Pullman! Clear out! Up you go! Get climbing!
And you two can join the first group. You guys can all start pushing forwards to offer a bit more support.
Doing our duty! Climbing! Climbing! Doing our duty! Climbing! Doing our duty!
There we go. Pushing up all along the walls, which is mostly a distraction, to be fair. We're battering into the walls here as well, where my cavalry is going to start pushing through. And we are pushing on. My guys are doing nicely. God, my frame rate against the undead. I'm going to have to look at this, because I really shouldn't be having this bad a frame rate. It should not be looking like this. I'm not quite sure why it is.
Orders, my lord!
With haste.
Let's throw out a heal up bit here.
Gairan, I call thee.
A couple of buffs. To be fair, we might be able to get away with just charging straight through there.
Blessed field trebuchet!
Ready for battle. Look for Gairan.
Seriously not sure what is causing it, because I don't have that many units on the field at the moment, and yet my frame rate seems to be chugging. I literally was fighting a battle with far more on him about 20 minutes ago, and it seems to be this campaign in particular which suffers.
Ben-Louis, Orion, Ben-Louis.
For the lady! For the king! Avatam!
Maybe it's all cav. Oh, pull back. I hate it when this happens. We've not actually broken the gate.
Battle ready! Battle ready! Twisting knights!
Noble and pious.
Right, you guys can pull out. As can you guys. You guys get split into two separate wings here as well.
We obey! Moving a base!
Let's start making another hole.
Send them below.
Battle ready!
Right, you guys can go straight through there, and you guys can start trying to pull through this gap here. Into the or get those corp carts straight out.
My strength is yours. Honor before glory. For our lady. Glory awaits.
It must be a Bretonnia thing. Which I mean, I do lag. Oh, that spell. I do lag in some battles, obviously, but this just feels extreme.
Peasant woman!
We're doing quite well on the wall, to be fair. Let's start focusing into them with the archers. My cavalry is actually doing quite nicely.
Awaiting order! Attack! Cut them down!
Oh no, you're meant to be on here.
Twisting knights! Battle ready! Battle ready!
Yeah, you guys can break and hit that. You're all anti-large, and if you can get behind these guys, that'll help. So we're going to hit this, and then we're going to try and pull around and have a slam into the rear of these guys. Oh, I didn't put them all in the formation, which is just straight up better.
On to glory.
Victory away!
Well, you can go up and support on the walls. Where's the lady? Where's the lady?
I am the Fay.
I don't know why you are actually in a group. Let's throw another heal out up here.
Awaken, my vengeful brothers.
Okay, you guys can start hitting the bats.
Squares! Stick 'em good! Land these lands! We are ready! With haste!
Right. You guys can pull out for a second.
For the lady! For the king!
You guys can break off the wall and start pushing down. Let's get my archers over here, supporting over here now. You guys can just break off now. They are definitely no longer needed.
God help us!
I'm just trying something somebody did suggest to me. Everything should work on Ultra, but I've been told unit detail, unit size Ultra, that could not help. To put that on just high, and apparently it's still just as good when we zoom in. That does straight up seem much better. It just doesn't maintain it as pretty when we're so far out. Now, I'm using the recommended settings at the moment. That said, I am also, to be fair, let you guys just get out. I am also, you know, recording, which does always cause some negatives. You guys are meant to be breaking off.
Oh, Bretonnia!
Mostly want you guys to break off so that we can charge back in, to be fair. Because my cavalry is getting a little bit squished here.
To victory!
Okay, let's get this charge back in. All of my cav can charge now.
Hey! Ready! I am with you! Battle ready!
We're going to go through one of my paladins there if the spell goes where it's meant to. Yay! We made some guys wet.
Infantry!
And if you thought that was at all dodgy thing to say, you need to clean up your mind. Definitely need a heal out here.
Few of heart! Bowman ready!
Pullman!
Bowman can all go hit them. Cavalry is never going to be as good in these sort of situations, guys. This is not what my cavalry is designed for. I mean, we do have my more
Lord of Bretonnia!
focused, infantry-focused cavalry, and they do much better, but
Send them back to their hills! Fight, lads!
Moving apace!
We fight for Bretonnia!
they're all melting. You guys can all slam down into here, then.
Them down!
We're just going to go through that with my cavalry. Look at them just being pushed out of the way.
Squares!
Oh, it's Krell there.
Get away! We serve the king! Attack! Battle ready!
Oh, we've got one unit that's running away. Oh, guys, my peasant mobs are running away. What am I going to do? I mean, if you can't expect your peasants to keep fighting. Oh, wow. Questing knights can pull out. Pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out.
Withdraw!
I don't think I need to tell them anymore.
Grail Guardians!
Bretonnian Lord!
There's not much fight left in this battle. You can actually go and get over onto Kemmler himself. This has been a fairly bloody battle. To be fair, my infantry did very well on that wall backed up. My cavalry actually did not do as well.
Knights of Noel!
It's over.
Break them! Charge!
Just double time while they fall over. And we have reclaimed Bastogne for the glory of Bretonnia and Carcassonne. That was a fairly brutal battle, to be fair. Our infantry did actually take a lot of damage, but they kept going. Obviously, every vampire died. That's the way it works. This wasn't being shot at walls, so I'm happy with that. Fay Enchantress didn't get any kills, but she's a support character, so she's not meant to get kills. But no, that's our first victory in this war, and that's a good victory because that sorts out our front line massively. We are going to have to keep an eye on the region because there's a lot of corruption here. But if there's a rebellion, it'll probably be from Bastogne rather than vampires. So, if Bastogne rears its head and recaptures here, that's not a problem because I can confederate them later on. How did my cav do? My cav did very well, as did Qutee. She actually got a kill in the when it totted it all up at the end. See, I could raise here. Sack it. I could raise here and I'd gain 30 chivalry, but I actually want to capture it. So
You seek prophecy.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
right, the issue we have here is this unit is
Armor on
very.
faith.
Some of these units are very expensive in his army, so we'll have to swap them around next turn. Let's watch as these guys
Say
want
what
a
you
peace
must.
treaty already.
know you play a dangerous game.
Not gonna happen.
Protector of the lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
Impudent whelp.
Ah, people not wanting to trade with
The
me.
laws of chivalry demand.
It's just rude, guys.
Who wishes the grave?
Okay. I think that's just a single. Ooh, Secrets of the Otherworld. Yeah, we'll grab that. Oh no, we'll grab the buff to the Law of Life. We'll rejig our armies next turn because we can't do it just now. And then, yeah, we will move on. Grisso. Ooh, enter war on side of ally. They're nowhere near us. They're not really a threat, so I'm not that bothered by it. But no, we'll rejig our armies, get ourselves built back up, and we'll move on that little village in the middle. And if we can take there, we will split their empire. We will split them in two. And if we can take all of the Forest of Ardennes, we will push them back into the mountains in their last two places. And to be fair, it's probably going to be better to take Carcassonne first. And then siege out their capital for a while, because they can throw armies together very quickly.
No evildoer may receive the blessings of the...
No. Maybe when you're just in the mountains, I might consider accepting an offer. Oh no, Ghost doesn't realise what he just did going there. When they've just got Blackstone Post left, those two places, as a temporary thing if I've got other problems, because I will have Bretonnia.
Fay Enchantress of
That worries me. I am going to be doing some things to try and get Durfu back on side, because I do not want to consider going to war with Durfu. Is a monster on his own, literally and figuratively. He is in battle. He is, because I'm not at war with these guys, and I want to go back to war with these guys as soon as I can to try and really start getting things sorted out again.
protector.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
One day they'll confederate with me, guys.
You seek the lady?
Oh, we did lose some archers there. That fixes our income issue. So which one is which? Yeah, she's got a slightly higher level one.
Fay Enchantress.
He's just going to pull over here where he's going to have slightly better.
I will indulge you. Very well. If you
He's going to pull into
insist.
there where he'll have much better replenishment. She's going to hold here.
Enchantress.
Actually, yeah, I quite like the idea of a bit of extra campaign movement in this region. Is there any benefit to having a region which is just built up for trade, guys? Because you seem to get less money from trade. I guess you get the extra recruitment capacity. Do these buff trade? No, they don't. I'm not quite sure why you would ever go trade. So industry. It gives you extra recruitment. I guess, yeah, you do it somewhere. You go industry where you want to recruit, which isn't going to be here, to be fair. So we're going to build up. Our next push is going to be right into their centre. If we can catch there, we'll then push Artois. Once we've got Artois, that means we actually control almost all the original Bretonnian territory. At that point, we may consider a peace treaty. Go back to war with the Gobbers, just to try and push the Gobbers out of our territory. Let the Vamps mull in the mountains, though I'm in no rush to go to peace. Sorry, to rush a peace treaty. But I'm also in no rush to stay at war. Once we've got what we wanted and we've pushed them back far enough, I'm actually quite happy to let them bide in the mountains for a while. That one big battle, that really did. I think they've obviously been campaigning against Bretonnia continuously as well, and they've got other threats around them. And so that one big battle, we battered them. And to be fair, if they'd got that army out and they'd hit me, which is what they should have done, I'd have potentially been reeling and having to chase them. But they fell back and let me measure the pace. They are building. This is how quickly they can build up, though. That's why I don't want to leave things too long. Yeah, we're going to have another big battle here when we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, the north seems in quite a lot of trouble. There's the problem with Cologne, is I'm going to be dealing with a lot of attacks from other people, from the north. God, they just keep throwing gobbers into those woods, who just die every time. The elves must just, to elven archers, almost certainly. I mean, yeah, I don't get that. There's almost no way they would ever win. And at some point we do want to go and reclaim Estelia.
I protect Bretonnia.
Okay, next turn we should be able to go. These past treaties of the crooked moons they really don't like. Let's try and reduce the speed that's going down at least. Okay. I am going to have to end this one here though, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed this. We've captured some territory and we're in a better position. Next time we will be pushing forwards. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have been enjoying this. Please feel free to pop any comments in the comments section or jump over to my Discord and say hi. There is a link to my Discord in the comments and the description, as well as links to my Twitter, my Patreon, and my affiliations with Fanatical and Overclockers UK. So please check them out. Thank you very much for your time.